Anyways,
Take it
so
away, unit.
everyone is ready now that we've now I can do stuff. Mm, all right. Does everyone remember what happened last time? It has been 2 weeks.
I shot that weird badger possum thing with the most skilled shot ever.
You did shoot a badger possum thing. You dug up a coffin that you that you discovered was hidden on a hill through several different means, and found a book in it that you're familiar. You don't know what this book does, but you know that Jurgen Leitner is involved, and your good friend
Ace here duct taped it all to hell and back.
Ace turned that book into a ball of duct tape.
It's this big.
You know
Devin's character almost got eaten by said badger, but managed to talk his way out of it until it wasn't
Bartholomew.
Ace, until Bartholomew came around the corner and shot it dead. Like,
Correct.
As
Bartholomew
you do.
does, yeah. He shot it like he thought it was Ace.
Hey! Wow, you shoot a man one time.
And then you start seeing his face everywhere.
Yeah, usually, you shoot a man one time. If you don't finish the job, yeah.
I hate it here.
You guys you explored a creepy house with some horrific things in it. And I believe that with the end of all that, you decided that you needed to check out the shack that was down by the river.
By the river.
That you discovered, that was talked about. It was talked about in the statement. You haven't found anything leading there, but you're going to head that direction and see if you can't spot it.
Okay.
Now we can get our souls torn out of our bodies.
Not it. Ace, why don't you go on ahead? Ace, I'll cover your rear. Just you go first.
You think I'm walking in front of you? You give me your gun. I'll walk in front of you.
How about this? I'll take the mag out and pop the one in the chamber until we need it. Will that make you feel better?
Well, you got one in the chamber. All right, so I'll lead the way with my EMF recorder and my voice recorder still going.
Good. So you guys are you Go ahead and give me a roll. Let me see if you how long this is going to take. I need a d20 from one of you. I need a d20 from Ace, who is leading the way.
Oh, there we go.
All right. D20.
I heard a Badoop.
Is that a Devin?
Hello.
Is that our blogging nerd?
You want to know the hilarious thing? You were worried about being late. We literally finished up the small talk about 2 minutes ago.
Fantastic! I came just in time.
You did. All I've done is the recap.
Yeah.
Do you need the recap, or do you remember what happened?
I'm going to tell you yes and not remember.
Okay.
That's very on brand for Simon.
Melted flesh, badger that attacked you and you talked your way out of it, and you dug up a body on a hill and found a book that is now wrapped in duct tape.
Oh, that's right, duct tape book. Okay, yes, I do.
We're headed to the river.
And you are headed to the shack down by the river. Well, you have to find your way to it.
Also, I think Dev's here the only man that I've ever seen that was able to that he could say he came on time.
I mean, hey, listen.
Come early.
It takes skill. I am used to being around seamen.
Well, and a wizard comes precisely when he means to.
Hey,
you say that, but Mark is too. He was a corpsman.
No, Nope. Yeah. I mean, then you know exactly what I'm talking about.
You get used to the ebb and flow of the.
Oh yeah, and the utter and beautiful homoeroticism of
Mhm.
semen.
You're used to being
Correct.
around a lot of hard people who have short bursts of being soft.
I'm not going to dignify that with a remark, but I am
I
going
hate
to
it
say,
here.
let's continue the games.
We only
wanna
have
roll?
one. We have one mark.
Yeah. Finding your way down to the shack, which you didn't really have many directions. So, other than like a generic thing, Ace is leading the way. Uh, on the condition that Bartholomew is not standing behind him
With a gun.
with a loaded gun.
With a loaded gun. Right.
Listen, it's not loaded. There's not one in the chamber, but there is a mag in it. It's just not primed.
It's not chambered.
Yeah, it's not chambered. So
Yeah.
that's the best you're gonna get. Because what if
cross-eyed ass again?
I am not cross-eyed? All right, all right. Listen here, there, little man. Just
Just for
go.
clarification purposes, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but for clarification purposes, I am not with you guys. I am going down to the shack, correct?
Everyone is going
We're
down
all
to the shack.
going.
We're all going to the shack.
Okay. I thought it was just there was only two of us that were looking at the book. I thought we split up.
No,
No,
you'd
just
all
the-
decided after the Badger. You guys all decided to stick together.
That's right. Okay.
We
just-
went to the
and
hill.
last session, pretty much like there was a slight railroad of like you kind of need this information before you continue on. So we stopped and
yeah.
got
Yeah,
found
we
the book.
kind of decided we were going to
Well,
head up on the hill,
You
and
didn't
then
need the information before you went on. It wasn't a railroad. You just managed to find 3 different instances of it being given to you.
Yeah.
I didn't plant that. You stumbled across it.
now we're going to
We-
head through.
a
Now we're
good-
going to head through the forest of the trees.
I rolled a very tepid 16.
A tepid 16, but that's okay. Do you have anything that you're going to add to it or subtract to it? Any inabilities, skills that may be pertinent to finding your way to the shack?
No. We're just gonna let it hang.
We're going to let it hang.
Can
All
someone
hang out.
Can someone help? Or what was the help action?
Yeah, I
Uh,
can use perception.
So I have a
Um,
special ability, Follow the Trail. When you apply effort to a perception or tracking task because you are attempting to find a specific person or place, you can apply a free level of ability or a free level of effort.
Oh, if that's the case, uh, could I study the shack?
Well,
We
you have
gotta
to get
get-
there first.
We got to get to the shack before we can study the shack.
Oh,
But I will allow you to use that, and I believe that for the purposes of helping other people.
Yeah, I don't have any skills that would have.
No, that's fine. I want to say that for the purposes of helping other people, it's that you can, but only up to a certain maximum. So this will work. This will.
Mm.
Does it say how much it helps, or is it just that it does?
It says when you apply effort, you can apply a free level of effort. So I guess it would be 2 levels of effort.
So effort requires you to use skill your stat
to be the
points.
one doing it. Okay.
So, and this is a cipher, isn't it?
No, this is special
No,
abilities.
this is one of your abilities. Okay.
Mm.
You can't apply it to this,
Mm.
but you can if you want to roll it on your own and apply effort then.
Okay.
There's no reason that both of you can't. Where are you standing in this group? Because Ace is leading the way. Where are you? Are you like in the back somewhere or in the middle?
I'm probably in the middle. I probably figure we want our gunners to the front and the back just in case something sneaks up behind or we encounter something at the front. So probably somewhere in the middle.
Yes, I've played Call of Duty before, so I know this tactic. It's fantastic. We put the guys with the good guns up front, and then the guys like me who have this fancy baton, but that's about it, in the middle, and then we put a guy with a good gun in the back, and then use them as they call them in COD meat shields.
Wait,
I think
hold
that's
on,
what it's
hold
called.
on. Guns up front, guns in the back, you in the middle with melee. Were you the escort mission?
I guess so. It was a cool game.
All right. Let's defenestrate this man.
Anyways,
We need to get him to a building with windows before we can defenestrate him.
Right.
we can make a window.
You know what? The outside is a whole window. We're just gonna shove him down the hill.
There we go.
Technically,
Anyway,
anything's a window if you try hard enough.
This is true.
a 16, the 16 that you rolled, Mark, that Bartholomew got, you're gonna get. You figure out what direction you need to go, and you start heading that way. Yes. About 2 miles away from the farm, after you've entered the tree line, you're walking through. It seems peaceful, with one exception. Some of you start to notice that there's something missing that makes this forest area, this forested region, unsettling. The trees look normal, the grass looks normal, the dirt crunches underfoot. There's no sound of wildlife at all. No birds, you don't see anything skittering across the grass, there's nothing. Eventually, you end up coming up to, it's not really a river, it's a stream more. Very gentle, rolling stream going along this bank through the tree line, through the trees. And as you follow it, eventually you see coming into view a shack. It's what you're looking for, you imagine. It's not, unless there's another shack somewhere out here.
Shaquille O'Neal's there? Wow.
There's
Sorry.
You're next.
there's
Would you say it's a love shack?
and good news for you all. It has windows, and
Does it
they're
have
unbroken.
Does it have a tin roof? And is this tin roof rusted?
Yeah. In fact, it's not just a tin roof. It's made out of that corrugated tin. That yeah. And it's a little bit rusty, but intact. The boards making up its walls seem to have been, some of them, they're all up, they're not rotted, but some of them are warped to the point where they may need to be re-nailed down, the corners are poking out a bit. It's a little bit ramshackle.
I figure new paneling is second on the list of fixer-upper items, right after eliminate eldritch horror.
Would anyone like to, Devin, you said you wanted to study the shack. Do you still want to study the shack?
I absolutely want to study the shack. In fact, I want to understand the shack. That's a specific special ability of mine.
Interesting. You can use that now, or you can wait until you get inside. What do you want? Which do you want?
I could use it as many times as I want, as far as I understand.
What is the skill?
It says understanding. 1 intel point. That's the whole skill.
Yes, you can use it as many times as you want, but it costs a point of intelligence to use.
That's fine. So, you observe or study a creature or an object. Your next interaction with that creature or object gains you 1 asset.
That means that upon studying it, you can use that asset to lower the cost of a subsequent check or roll, or lower the difficulty of it.
Okay. Still, so what I want to do.
So you can do that. Studying it and understanding it, I'm gonna say, will not help with this roll, but it will give you something that you can use for a following roll. Does that make sense?
Hmm. You know what? Screw it. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to take one of my. Now I'm taking that from my. Okay, so my pool's 15, so all I got to do is knock that down to 13 because I already used 1 for the enthrall.
Yes.
Okay, so now I am using my understanding ability.
So give me your d20,
Okay,
and
that's a 17 on the die.
what skill do you want to use, and are you trained in it? Is it just perception, something else?
I'm gonna use perception, and I'm going. Yes, I am trained.
Okay.
Bell turns to Circe and is like, because I think Simon's probably just staring, like
So
1,000-yard stare, and he's like, he's learning, he's understanding the building, he's actually learning about it, and he's talking to it, and
Interesting.
he's getting a
you
good
notice
Yes.
you're gonna notice
Mm.
something that maybe the rest of your group overlooked.
Ah, yes. Yes.
And then
It's
you
not-
just hear a very subtle behind him. If
The
I
rest
hear one more thing out of you being sarcastic,
the rest of the still no animal noises, no sounds of life in the area. Those windows do not have don't have a speck of dust on them.
Guys
yes.
and gals,
he's back.
look at the windows. This place has been
Yeah.
used recently.
And died in. He died in here, right?
You might say it's a
Oh no, he didn't.
love shack
It's
of some kind.
rocks fall from the
tell me-
trees.
Tell me I would not say that in character.
Fully. Oh no, absolutely.
I don't know what kind of ghost urban exploration TV show host are you? A shitlord or
I believe it's called ghost hunting, thank you.
He is the David
Uh-huh.
Caruso. He is the David Caruso of the ghost
Oh.
hunting world. He comes on at the beginning and he's like, he points at the shack and he's like, this haunted shack back here, from what I understand, is a love shack.
Love Shack, baby.
You're the dude in Phasmophobia that runs around just like, what's the ghost's name? Annabelle. Annabelle, do you suck dick?
Oh,
I've
I
done
don't think I
that.
go that far.
I've done something similar to that, and I actually died because of it. I got choked to death.
Gee
All right.
willikers, I wonder why.
So while all this is
Okay.
going on, I'm just going to walk up to the shack and beat on the door. Excuse me, old man. Are you the midnight knocker with the book fetish?
There is no response. However, the door does rattle, and you notice it's unlocked.
All right, I got my lockpick. We ready to go?
I've been to Sparta.
I've been to Sparta.
Ace, what are you doing? You know that this door is unlocked. What are you doing? Are you
It's open. I'm
stepping
going
in?
Yeah, I'm going in.
I think he kicked down the door.
Now, please tell me, roll for it. He kicked the door inward. Is it an outward swinging door or an inward swinging door?
Oh, it's an outward swinging door.
So
man,
How
he
does the
kicked it
door feel
closed.
about this?
In fact, it is an outward swinging door. I need you to roll me 2 things. Oh, hold. I need you to roll me two things, Ace. I need you to roll me a roll to see how hard you kicked the door. First,
A 20?
on a d20. Yep. You can use whatever skills you want, any assets that you want to see if you could do better or worse.
Natural 1.
Oh,
Oh
good.
no!
And give me another d20 roll really quickly. This is gonna be a speed test.
5.
So you bang on this door, and you don't get an answer. And so you lift your fist one more time, and you hammer down on it, and the door bends in, and then trampoline bounces back at you and smacks you in the face.
Looney Tune style.
Mhm.
You manage to it doesn't throw you. However, you take a step back, stumble, miss the step that's behind you, and end up laying on your back on the ground.
Laying there looking at the sky. I'm going to burn this place down.
Yeah. I thought that was the plan. Was that not the original plan?
So you did not knock this door in. Instead, it knocked you in.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to? I'm going to offer this up to everyone else. Ace is on the ground right now. Whether he is going inside the shack or not, unless you guys are waiting for him, one of you can be the first one in.
I'll go.
Just gonna
Bartholomew
step
wants
right
to be
over.
the first one in.
Yeah, I walk, and as I'm
Your
walking by,
funeral.
I go.
Is
and I'm-
everyone else following Bartholomew, or are you waiting to see what happens?
I think I want to look in the window, one of the windows on the porch that I was
can do that.
made aware are spotlessly clean, as if the maid
Yeah.
has been by in the last day or two.
Yeah, fair enough. Yes, Em?
Being as certain things have been suspicious, Circe wants to take a picture of the cabin,
Okay.
the shack, to
All
see
right.
if it comes out as a normal picture or not.
Outside or inside?
Big brain move.
Outside first.
Comes out normal.
Hmm.
Nothing
Dev,
looks
what about your
weird.
character? You going in with Bartholomew?
You really
Dev?
want to follow that dumbass into a small enclosed space while he's got a gun in his hand?
Quiet, Slippy.
Simon is not. He
Simon
has
is
already
staying
gone
outside.
into a shack. He almost got mauled by a badger of some kind. I'm
Badgerlantula.
not doing that again.
Hey, Simon. Bartholomew
What's
kind of
up?
stands next to him for a second. Would it help if you had something to protect yourself with besides your little metal stick?
If you give me a gun, I will probably end up shooting you before me.
Well, before you do that, let me make sure Ace is right here.
As-
before
I
you
think
do
Ace
that.
is okay with you accidentally shooting him.
So, how about this? I'm gonna stay out here where
Okay.
it's safe, and
Pussy.
you can go call me whatever you want. I'm in showbiz, baby.
Gotta protect the moneymaker.
Listen,
Mhm.
someone's gotta pay for all of this. I don't seem to be getting a paycheck from anybody other than the guy, so
All right. Does anybody else want to go in with me?
Well, I just asked everyone, and it seems like you're the only one going in, unless Ace wants to follow you in after getting up off the ground.
I will gladly look in through the window.
We're
That
gonna
seems
check in.
like the safest
Listen,
option.
Ace, my guy. Think of it this way: you wouldn't be behind me this time. In front of me, you'd be behind me. There is practically 0% chance I'm going to shoot you again. Not that I'm
Yeah,
planning
what are
on
the
it.
chances that it'll happen a second time?
Why do you keep
Yeah.
bringing up the fact that you shot me and that you promised not to do it again? You know, you're making me really nervous.
Because you won't listen to me.
You continuously telling him it isn't going to help him listen to you. You
Well, what
bringing
do
it up over and over and over again is just gonna keep rubbing in the dirt, my guy. You're just putting salt
If
and
you
more salt
accidentally
on the
shoot my ass
wound.
again, I'm gonna put the barrel of my gun right up to your brown eye and clean your colon out so fast you ain't gonna know what the hell happened.
That's the gunpowder
Can I get that
colon
translated,
cleanse.
please?
Gunpowder colon cleanse.
Ah, thank you.
Lead enema.
Let in.
A ledema, if you will.
They
Mhm.
call it
No,
go
we will
in.
not.
I'm in there now.
Okay, so
The house or the colon?
In the
I'm
shack.
sorry, what?
All of the above.
Bartholomew and Ace, you have stepped in as you're arguing. You're like,
Bickering
it-
back
it-
and forth, we just kind of walk in.
yeah, you're like
They're gonna
stepping.
die
You're
in there.
stepping in as you do this, and Ace is like trying to make sure that his back's not faced towards you. Everyone else is watching through the windows, trying to get a feel for the place. As you step inside, you feel this oppressive force drop down around the both of you. At this time, it is instructed in the book that I advise you, we are stepping into horror mode.
Okay.
What this means is I'm going to start fucking with you when you roll a 2, not just a 1. Things are going to happen more frequently. In terms of the shack itself,
There's a reason I didn't go in.
what you
Mhm.
two see, and what those who are looking in through the windows note, is that the inside of the shack is odd. There's a low
This
ceiling.
is very odd.
There's a low ceiling, almost so low that like your heads would hit it if you jumped. If you had a 3-inch vertical. There's delicate bits of art assembled from animal bone hanging from the ceiling on string. They're all unique. And there's so many of them that it's a little bit difficult for you to walk through without jostling one. And you notice this because as you step through this door, as you are bickering, what interrupts you is that both of you end up having one dangle in between your faces, and I want you both to roll for me a intellect test to see whether or not you're going to whether this surprises you. Do you jump? Do you get freaked out a little bit? How do you react?
Got a
To
16.
okay,
I got a
Bartholomew.
15.
All right. Your nerves are already fairly frayed. However, because of your current bickering, because of this argument that you're having, this God's Eye dream catcher made out of animal bone and string and rusted copper wire appearing in between your faces, it doesn't frighten you. It doesn't trigger your instinct to shoot first and ask questions never. However, it does give you pause. And you
What the
slowly
hell is this? It looks like someone watched the Blair Witch Project after they ate a bucket of KFC.
Mm-hmm. It essentially a bunch of trinkets made out of squirrel, chicken bones, small animal bones. These are not carved.
It makes sense. It would give them pause then.
Yes. No, they don't have any of those left.
Ace, well, I believe what we're looking at is a fuck no.
Oh, well, let's find out real quick. I take my camera out, take a picture, and look at it.
Do any of you have no, neither of the two that are inside are investigators, are you? So you wouldn't have it.
No, we sent our shooters in first.
Well, hang on. He just
You're-
took a
you're-
picture.
Yes, but
Oh, okay.
the skill that I'm looking for is unique to investigators.
Okay, I just want to make sure that wasn't.
We have
part
an
of it.
an occultist and a bodyguard inside.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm
Did
sure
we-
nothing
did
will
we see-
possibly go wrong.
Did we see them react to like the oppressiveness when they walked in? So, like, could we tell from the outside that there was clearly a reason we were making a good decision by not going in?
No one said you made a good decision by not going in.
That's
Yeah,
true.
the vibe check was I stay outside. Therefore, I definitely stayed outside. Am I okay? Is there sound coming from the shack? Like, can I hear like them freak out a little bit?
It's not so much that sound is coming from the shack. That's not what's going to set you off. What is the fact that you suddenly hear them go quiet. And then you hear the jangling of bones clattering against each other and Ace having his outburst about it.
But
Mm.
do we see this through the window, or is this a situation where
Yes.
they've essentially
No,
walked into an?
you
Okay.
see it through the window. And
Yes, hold the camera up to the window.
are you Ace, you said you're taking a photo.
I just took a photo of all the weird shit.
Go ahead and give me a D20. Roll.
Your camera explodes.
No.
9. Fuck.
That's
Holy shit.
actually enough. This is fairly harmless. You scan across the room with this camera and you're looking through everything. You notice something that stands out. It's fairly obvious. Yes, yeah, you want me to give it to you. I get it. On the other side of the shack, opposite from the door you came in through, you see a set of floorboards that are a little bit loose, which, given the half-assed nature of the shack, that wouldn't have stood out on its own, except they're all sticking up in the same direction.
Ooh.
This looks intentional.
I think someone's seen a really bad movie. We should come on in here and check this thing out right here.
Oh, he said we should go inside. Yeah. He said the guy who went inside said we should go inside.
Well, I guess he would know better than we would.
Mm.
Circe
I'd
will
say
walk inside.
Circe's walking inside. Oh, well, if the girl's doing it, I mean, I guess
she
I got
goes.
it as well.
Look,
Wow.
you just want to look at her
I
ass.
said I was a bad person from the beginning. I gave no one any other thing than that. I am a
So what you're
shady.
saying is I should have put one in you instead.
Simon, you're not a bad
Again,
person. You're just very, very problematic.
Well, everyone keeps on saying I got canceled, but I don't know why.
You're not a bad
Just telling
guy.
you the
You're just
truth.
because
like,
you're a bad guy doesn't mean you're a bad guy.
you're like, I didn't get
Wow.
canceled. My show got renewed for another 3 years. Oh, socially, right.
Right.
No, they just couldn't handle your level of truth telling.
Oh,
Bluntness.
good lord.
It's my level of bluntness. You know, some people just can't handle it.
But,
Last
exactly.
name Jones.
You know what? You know what kind of bluntness you can't handle? The blunt of the butt of my shotgun. Ah!
Listen, buddy.
Anyways.
Listen, buddy. If you're gonna keep on bringing up guns and stuff like that, man.
At least I'm not canceled.
uh,
So are you going in?
yeah, we're all going in.
Oh, I'm pretty
All
sure
right.
this is the.
And-
I get right to the door and I'm like, yeah, you tell him. You tell him.
So other than the fact that you've been told to come inside, what's happening with these floorboards?
Well, I was going to point it out to the investigator.
Nah. And
What do
Miss-
you make of that? That shit looks weird.
Anthony, you're the investigator.
That's true.
One of them.
That's also
No,
true.
you're the elocutionist. We've got 2 occultists, a bodyguard, an elocutionist, and an investigator.
Wait, I thought there was 2 investigators.
2 occultists.
No, say hello.
It's true. Yeah, I'm the investigator, and I'm
Get
like,
down there, sniff it, taste
I'm
it. What is
I'm
it?
I'm at the door, and I'm like,
Tastes like arsenic.
yeah, I'm like,
It's like
I wasn't all that fond of my mind to begin with, so whatever. I walk in.
it's like tastes like.
The hilarious thing is, this actually does fit your sentence. So you walk in
Mhm.
alongside everyone else. You
Mhm.
walk up to these floorboards and you pull them up. And you see a tunnel, a vertical shaft,
Oh,
big
it's
enough
an
to fit big enough
Okay.
to fit a single person at a time.
Mm,
With, I could hardly call it a ladder.
mm,
It's more like someone took wooden 2x4s
mm,
and nailed them into the side of the shaft.
mm. So what we have here is called an oubliette. This is a thing back in the medieval period that when you were punished, the government didn't want to kill you because that was illegal. So what they did was they actually threw you into a hole and they let the rats eat you until you died.
Awful.
Mhm. Who's first?
Absolutely awful.
Sounds interesting. Here's a flashlight.
I love the idea that because I think I have a flashlight. I love the idea of taking his and then having both.
I adore that in D&D you have to figure out if the theme song is going to be Viking metal or the Benny Hill theme. Here, I have to decide whether or not we're playing the X-Files or Scooby-Doo.
It's Scooby-Doo, but with body horror.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's still Scooby-Doo, but it's one of the Scooby-Doo movies.
No,
Oh,
it's
no.
it's the supernatural episode of Scooby Doo.
Yeah. So, I'll go first. Fuck it.
He'll go first.
You're going down the tunnel first. You explore dark places.
I specifically explore dark places.
Okay.
He's always got to get in there before me.
Don't get your holes resized.
He doesn't like sloppy seconds.
No, he wants to get in there. He wants the breaking news. He wants to be the first one to talk about the thing.
Breaking news. You're an
About-
asshole.
About halfway down, as you guys are, how many people are going down? Is it just the 2 of you?
Oh, I think we
I'm
give
gonna
him.
go with them.
Oh,
I thought
see,
everyone was going.
I thought we were gonna give you this-
It's not a small. It's not a short shaft. There's like, it's wide enough for a single person, but
I'm sure it is.
it's probably about it. Haha. It's
I've
probably
known-
about
You can't DP the shaft.
15 feet down.
I've known people like that. I thought we were going to give this the same treatment. We were going to let 2 suckers go in there, and we were all going to watch and wait and listen.
Okay, so Tony and
Shit.
Whoa! Oh, seriously about it?
Suckers?
Who's Tony?
Go on in.
just Tony. Tony and Simon, you guys are going down then?
Scarlet
Yeah,
Scarlet
Simon.
ties the thing around Tony's waist and just lowers him down.
About
Yeah,
halfway
What was your
down.
character's name again?
Belmont.
Belmont
Belmont.
and Simon.
Mhm.
About halfway down the shaft,
We're the smart ones. This is probably not a good idea.
you hear a creaking sound.
Oh, that might be my stomach.
Was that you, Belmont?
And
I
both
haven't-
of you
I haven't eaten since this morning.
can Simon, because you were going down first,
Yeah.
right? Can you
Yeah.
roll me a d20? This is going to be a speed-based test.
At least it's
Oh.
not acrobatics.
As you are climbing down, the plank that you're holding on to releases from the wall.
Oh, lovely. That is a
Grab my foot.
14.
Grab my foot. Pull me down with
This
you.
is speed-based, so you are allowed to use speed to enhance it if you want.
Let me put.
Put a little something on it.
Yeah. Let me put a little something on that.
I think I have a first aid kit.
Okay. I can put as many points as I want on it, right? Or
You
just one?
can. So you can put up to. You can reduce the difficulty up to twice. It costs 3 points per level unless you have edge, which decreases the point cost per.
Okay. So let me take 3 points then.
So you're
Okay.
gonna You're reducing the difficulty once then.
Yes. So that should get me to 7.
All right. For speed.
Right.
And you rolled a 14.
Correct.
Just barely. Just barely. I was setting the difficulty. The difficulty was 15. You've reduced it down to 12.
Hey.
Nice. There you go.
You've managed to. So this plank that you're hanging from releases from the wall, and you have this briefest of moment of like, you know how when you miss a step, you feel like a whole body shock.
Oh yeah. Awful.
You
Your heart
have
leaves your body for a second.
you have that moment, and fortunately, instead of you losing your footing and just sliding vertically, you lean back and end up bonking against the other side of the shaft and
Ooh.
like propping yourself up, giving you time to reach out and grab the next rung down. As
Awful.
this plank that you have released clatters down, it doesn't fall very far. Probably a second or two.
Okay. So about 30 feet.
That was a smart way to figure out how far down the tunnel went. Good thinking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally. Meant to do that. Hey, Belmont, watch your step there, bud. Yeah. I
Oh,
was
yep.
making sure that you wouldn't fall.
Excellent.
You
Yeah,
guys-
I mean, I don't want to land on top of you.
Yeah, we wouldn't want that. No. No. Let me just catch my breath here for a second.
Mm,
Whew.
Great
Haven't done
name
this
for
much physical labor in a long time.
since you came on time.
Woo! Yeah.
Great name for a podcast. Walking the Planks.
Ooh. Jesus. I'm writing that one down.
No, not yet. Wait till we get to the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys do eventually get to the bottom of this shaft, and you find there's a dirt floor. It's rough. There's a small cave-like room that's been carved out down here. Small, cramped, damp, and cold, and there's not much here to look at. However, there is a tunnel leading off into the darkness from this chamber.
I call up the tunnel, or I call up the shaft. I think it's okay down here. It's cold, wet, and empty. It's just like my ex.
Wow.
Hey.
No, you just hear from Bartholomew. You just hear in the background. Oh.
Oh.
No,
Alright, we'll
no,
look around
Bartholomew,
the,
not you.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna stay up top and look around up there.
You know what,
Okay.
Ace? This is the first good idea you've had. Besides all the other good ideas that you've had, like duct taping the book, using your computer to log all the information on the. You know, this is like your 5th good idea.
Yeah, I'm overwhelmed with the sudden urge to shit in the tunnel.
Yeah, let's not do that, please. At least not while we're down here.
Yeah.
Feel free to do whatever you want afterwards.
I do have an ability. It costs me 1 intellect point. For the next hour, I use my other senses to compensate for a lack of vision. If I am blinded or just in the dark, I operate without hindrance.
Okay.
How
I do
dark
have
is
a
it?
flashlight.
You do have a flashlight.
I do. Yeah,
That
we do.
still,
I think
that
we have
being
3
said,
flashlights. Mhm.
I mean, couldn't hurt.
Circe is also going to go down.
Okay. So is anyone staying up top, I guess is the better question.
Our shooter.
I
Yeah,
will
the
say-
two people that probably shouldn't, but that's okay. I'm sure it'll be fine down here in the dark.
Circe is going to put her EMF detector in her back pocket, but on.
Okay.
As she's going down. Since if they're EMF detectors like the ones from Supernatural, you can hear them if things are like funky.
Gotcha. All right.
Well, things are funky.
They like whine if there's like spiritual activity or whatever the fuck it is.
Mm.
Circe, you make it down and you see the same things that I've already described.
See, just like my ex.
Bart,
Okay.
Ace, are you you two are staying at the top of the shaft?
I'm looking around. What's up here?
Oh,
Yeah.
you went down.
No, I'm looking around upstairs. And I'm in the.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
else is upstairs is what he's asking.
Oh, not much more than I've already described. There's a
Clean
chair,
windows.
a table, but mostly just those occultist looking bone trinkets hanging from the ceiling and this shaft.
Is there a fireplace?
No.
Damn.
You did, however, on your way in, see a spot outside of the shack that looked like it was probably set up as a fire pit. There's a ring of stones.
He's going
Is
to
there a
burn the
bed in
house
there?
while we're in it.
No,
No bed?
no bed.
So it's more like a workshop with a weird hanging bony motif.
It's the bone shop. It's the bonatorium.
In theory, either that or in your mind, I mean, back out by the river with a bunch of occultist stuff and a tunnel down into the underground. Maybe the bed's down there. Maybe this is just a front entryway.
This is the back entrance.
So if
A
that's the
shack with a
case,
basement.
I'm gonna grab a hand. Now, nothing looked weird on the photo thing except for the weird plank, right?
Nothing stood out. No.
All right, I'm gonna grab a handful of those little hanging charms, rip them down, and I'm going down into the tunnel with 'em.
Okay. Bartholomew.
You know what? I'm gonna follow them,
All right.
but this time my weapon is at the ready just in case something happens.
Okay. You
Want some
will
leftover KFC?
be unable to have it in your hands while climbing down, only because
They're on
rickety
strings.
ladder?
I can just.
Oh no, I was talking about the gun.
Oh,
Yeah, no, that's fine. I
Yeah.
holster it and I get ready to descend after Ace.
It's holstered, but it's like ready to fire.
Yes,
Hammer's cocked.
Yes, hammer's cocked.
That's how you plexico burst yourself and shoot yourself in the thigh.
There are now 5 of you down in this cramped space
With flashlights.
with
Flashlights.
3 flashlights among you.
Yep. I have a flashlight as well, so
Plus, if you have a smartphone, you have a flashlight on that too.
correct.
I got my.
But that weighs
I
battery.
gave my flashlight to Bartholomew, and I have my cell phone flashlight.
Yep. And someone tossed their flashlight to
Belmont. I give it back to
Belmont.
whoever.
There's-
I thought it was Ace.
Oh yeah, no, Ace, you
Belmont,
gave it
not
to
Bartholomew.
Belmont. You made the
Yeah.
same mistake I was about to. So small chamber, tunnel leading off into the darkness. Your flashlights do not reach far enough to see what's on the other side. You going down?
Question.
Yes, answer.
When we get down into the tunnel, what is the floor of the tunnel made out of? Is it
Dirt.
stone? Is it dirt?
Dirt.
Other than the footprints made by the two that preceded me, do I see any other footprints in the dirt?
Go ahead and roll me a d20.
Okay.
I was wrong. Simon. She's the smart one.
Ooh,
Oh,
18.
See?
fantastic.
There is. There's a number. There is a well-trodden. It's impacted dirt. So this seems like a well-traveled path. Not necessarily. You're not going to get any footprints or boot prints out of it, but only because it's been impacted so much.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, I've been in therapy for a couple of years, trying to figure out what it is about the dark that is so goddamn enticing. Let's go.
It's the unknown. I will start going down the hall tunnel.
Okay. Simon,
I apparently am leading the way in this specific adventure.
I need you to roll me a d20 as you are walking down this tunnel.
Hey, Circe,
yeah.
I've got a light in a tunnel. It's a terrible idea, isn't it?
Light in the tunnel. I'm writing that down.
A light in the tunnel.
What do you get? What'd you get?
19, baby.
Good. You feel something tighten against your ankle as you're walking, and you hear a shifting of stone. You jump back just in time as a deadfall trap is set off. A series of stones, not enough to block the passage, but it would have caused some serious injury as they fall down where you were where you would have been standing only moments before.
Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look and examine the trap. What triggered it?
Tripwire.
Tripwire. Fantastic. Okay.
We should probably
So-
check for traps.
Easy for you to detect because you actually felt it against your ankle as you stepped into it.
Fantastic.
But by then it was too late.
Right, absolutely. So, I am going to first off let everyone know, guys, watch your step. Don't touch the walls. Don't touch anything that you don't have to. I know I'm just a celebrity here, but please,
You're
for
nobody.
That was the
your own
ghost.
safety.
That was the ghost.
In fact, why don't you go first, mister? I'm a nobody. You're the one with the
Absolutely.
gun.
Fine. And don't you forget that. I'm at least being brave enough to go ahead.
Okay.
You
While we're
know,
walking,
To be
I'm
fair,
just totally
to be fair, he was the
ass-purposely
first one
out.
down here.
Right.
there's-
So,
and to be
I
fair,
really don't want to hear that.
there's also an extraordinarily fine line between bravery and stupidity.
Correct.
In fairness, Simon was the first one down here, and both times he led the way, actually all 3 times because the shed as well, he has almost been seriously injured and come out by the skin of his teeth unharmed.
Mm-hmm.
So, call me a coward all you want. That's fine. I'm still alive.
What do they say?
Still
Better
alive.
a
Still
coward than a
alive.
corpse.
So,
Oh yeah, I made a gorget out
yeah.
of all the strings and bones, so I'm wearing it.
Well,
So-
now Mark has to play in a game with Morgan because Morgan has little hands that he like removed from somebody on one of his characters.
The
So-
skinned hands, gloves.
Belmont is now leading the way?
What?
Apparently.
What?
No.
Bartholomew?
Yeah, I was
Oh,
leading the way.
Bartholomew.
Bartholomew is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you make your way further down the tunnel. You don't find any other traps. There's nothing else. It seems like that was the one. On the other side of this tunnel is another chamber. The first thing that hits you is a heavy smell of earth. Very.
I smell dirt.
Mhm. It's drier than the previous chamber that you were in. Not damp, not. Oh, hello? Okay.
Yeah.
It's not damp, it's comfortable. And you do notice that thing you were looking for, Mark, the bed.
Mhm.
There is a cot here. This is this seems to be more of a living space. There's items strewn around, liquor bottles, mostly empty.
Oh, it's
A
teenagers.
lantern, some books with odd writing on it, some of which yourself and Circe recognize, but the other three maybe not so much.
Ooh, what is it?
I got Google Translate.
There's
your
one
phone.
more thing that strikes your attention before you can really pay attention to what kind of books those are.
It's a person.
Yes.
Oh,
It's my ex. It's not my ex.
There's an old man wearing a long gray nightshirt, streaked with dark brown stains. Not those, just dirt. He's bony and frail looking, but wiry.
And he's just sitting
He's
there in the dark.
He's sitting there in the dark, staring at you with furrowed brows. And he sits there with his hands steepled in front of him. So, you gonna explain what you're doing in my home?
Circe,
Yeah, what do
we've
you know about the sculptor?
well, as my friend said, yes, actually, uh, we're very curious as to one, why you're here, in this particular place. Also, uh, the sculptor. We've heard some fascinating, might I say, rumors. I'd love to get your take on it, if you don't mind.
are we recording?
Shit,
I get,
shit.
I get
I
my I get
quickly
my phone
put-
out. I get my phone out and I hit record.
You wanna
Circe,
know? You wanna know about the sculptor then? You want?
Uh,
what was the other question you asked?
what it is you do here?
What I do here? I
Yes.
live here.
Circe, this is why when you come down a tunnel, before you come in, you have to yell out, "Does anyone speak common?"
As for that thing, you've trespassed in my territory and demanded information from me. I'm going to need something in return.
Hmm.
Like
How
what?
about some first aid? And I point my gun at his foot.
Oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Before
hang on.
before Ace could do anything, I just take and I just put his hand like, not yet.
He
Yeah.
he he unclasps his hands and sort of points his fingers towards you.
Hang on.
Only if you want to see your insides turn into your outsides.
There's
I
no
don't-
need for violence right now.
You're in my home, my domain.
Exactly.
It's true.
Absolutely. And
I'll
this
tell
is
you.
go ahead.
I'll tell you what I know about the sculptor. If you bring me something, there's a little farmhouse a few miles away. You may have passed it.
Let me guess. You want a book?
Oh, clever one we have here, don't we?
I have been called many things.
Clever for the
Clever.
first time.
Anyway,
I'll stop.
yeah, please.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, if you want the book, I need to know more about this sculptor thing. First, please.
Show me you have it.
I personally do not. My friend here, I point to Ace. Would you mind showing the gentleman the duct taped item you have?
I hold up what looks like a workout medicine ball of duct tape.
Yeah.
Clever.
Believe it or not, it is in there. We tried taking a picture of it, and something happened to our equipment. So we decided it'd be safe to just tape the thing up and make sure that no one could get to it for at least a solid, 10 minutes?
You're asking me to cross something, to give you information on something that is dangerous to even those like me. I'm going
Like
to need.
you?
You're asking for a book that's dangerous for anybody, even somebody like you.
Only
Yeah,
those who don't know how to use it.
Well,
That
then why,
can protect me from the thing hunting it.
well, why do you want the book?
As I just said, it'll keep me safe. You asked about the sculptor. That, and he holds his hand out, will let me undo anything it does to me.
That's true. You know who I have found in my time exploring dark places are some of the most dangerous people are the ones who think they can do the things no one else can.
I don't think I can. I know I can.
Oh, that's even worse.
You realize you are in a hole in the ground.
I do. I'm hiding from the thing you're hunting.
I mean, not very well.
Why? Why is it hunting
Oh.
you?
What my
He
colleague
leans
said,
back.
yes.
He leans back and sighs. I'm hiding from it, and it's hunting me because of that. That book is mine, and it wants it. It looked for it at the little farmhouse, those little people up on the surface. And they got it from me. I didn't give it to them, but they had it. It didn't find it
What?
clearly because you have it, and so it's going to come looking here next.
What's your name, old man?
Osteros. You can call me Osteros.
Can you spell that?
Is this the only book that you wrote?
I didn't write it, but I did own it. And yes, sorry about that. Osteros.
We want to make sure that when we transcribe,
Make sure you get it. Yeah, make
yeah,
sure you get
for
it
the
right.
episode, so we can attribute correctly.
Yeah, we want to make sure our, it's a whole process with apparently YouTube now needs correct names or something.
Yeah.
We want to make sure your story gets right. Last name or just Ostros?
Just Osteros. Names have power, and I'm hardly going to give you that one.
Mm,
That's
You
fair.
can't blame a man for trying.
Look, That thing will keep me safe because it will allow me to undo anything the sculptor would. You know that you have it. I couldn't get it because unfortunately, though that asshole up on the surface put wards around his house that kept me out.
So let me get this straight.
Interesting.
You claim that you can defeat what is hunting you.
Defeat? No.
Yeah, you're making it sound like you could defeat this thing.
Nothing can defeat it. It's an avatar of the flesh. I didn't say I could defeat it. I just said that it would keep me safe from it.
Hmm.
Okay, so obviously this book supposedly can keep you safe from it. Why were you so willing? From the sounds of it, it sounded like you were willing to kill this man to get that book.
Now, hold on a minute. I know that he's not. I know that he's dead. I wasn't the one that killed him.
Then
I'm not the only
Insight
one that was
check.
hunting that book.
I apologize for my friend. I don't think he's trying to accuse you of anything. I think
no,
what
I'm
he's
not.
trying I think what he's trying to say is why
Look,
do you think you deserve the book as
I don't.
opposed to just coming with us and we'll keep you safe, seeing as
Other than
we have it?
other than the fact that it was already mine,
No, in fact, it
I
was
don't deserve.
Jorgen Leitner's. That's what it says in the book.
Yes, it came from his library, but he lost possession long ago.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Seems like you
You know,
lost
there's.
possession less long ago.
Yes, I did. Look, I'm not saying that I deserve it. I need it. Unless you're willing to try and destroy the sculptor, then I'll need it. And I will clear up this little misunderstanding before it gets any further. I did not kill Dunn. He shouldn't have followed me here. He should have given me that book when he had the chance. He didn't, and the sculptor found him first. Now, you're here, and you have the book, and she's nearby because she knows I'm here.
So what I'm hearing is we're in the
But
middle of
you're.
a bicker between two exes. Told you this is all about exes.
Oh, you're
No.
funny. No. However, if you see her, run.
How do you pronounce
And
his name again?
Osteros.
Ostros. Okay.
Is there any particular thing in this book you need, or do you need the whole book?
If you hand it
Seriously?
over, I can show you. It'll be easier.
Seriously, I see you thinking thinky thoughts.
Yes, I am thinking thinky thoughts. Uh, do you happen to know what the sculptor looks like? I mean,
Even if I told you, it would change from one day to the next. She can be and look like whatever she wants, although usually it's a malformed lump of flesh more akin to clay than skin and bone. I can't
So
tell you what she looks like any more than you could tell me what a mud pie looks like after the tide comes in.
but that still is
Oh,
information. The fact that
how
she does
far can
change
change?
is something that I didn't know.
She
How
changes.
far gone can someone be before you can't change them back?
I mean, Dunn was pretty far gone.
He's gone. If you're asking me whether or not, or if you're asking me how much the sculpture can do to you before that can remedy it, as long as you're alive, you could theoretically recover. But
I
there's a
think
time
we
limit.
should. I think we should all be very blunt right now. I think that'll help clear some of the air.
Oh, I'm sorry. I try not to light candles down here.
I understand. Listen. We're part of something called the Magnus Archive. Have you heard of us?
Unfortunately. You lot think that you're going to solve the mysteries of this world.
We're only here to
Lot of
help.
graves in that backyard just because of all the things you've tried to hunt down and ended up being put down for it.
Is that what it says on the brochure? That we solve problems? I didn't see. I got to read the fine print.
We don't solve problems.
I
We
didn't say
try to
solve.
help.
I said solve mysteries.
Yeah, no, they're unsolved mysteries. That was my favorite show.
So
Osteros.
technically, we done solved the mystery, and we can go home, right?
Well,
I mean-
see, I was just about to ask that actually, Ace. This thing is hunting you. You're trying to keep yourself safe from it.
In theory, it's not really
So-
trying to hunt me. It wants that. It
So
just
what's-
knows that it just knows that I probably have it.
So, since we have the book, you want the book to be safe. What's stopping us from destroying the book?
Ah,
You
The
don't want
duct-
to do that.
10 minutes worth
Wait.
of duct tape.
well, besides the 10 minutes worth of duct tape, I have more than likely.
What?
Let's
Go
What?
on.
not destroy the book. I think we need to take it back to the archive.
So,
Oh,
okay,
the
then.
Indiana Jones argument. Yes,
so-
that's one of them, but no, there's a better one that I can give for you.
It belongs in a museum.
So-
My friend with the itchy trigger finger.
Yeah.
The other itchy trigger finger. But fair enough.
I am not pointing a weapon at you.
No.
I'm just
I can
one.
tell.
I mean, I shoot when I need to shoot.
You ask
Except-
why you shouldn't destroy the book.
Yeah. Why shouldn't we destroy the book? What's the worst that could happen?
Oh
Let's
my
say.
god.
Have you ever decided that you want to put a hole through an atom bomb just to stop it from working?
I mean, in theory, you could.
It's not exactly advised.
I mean, you keep saying in theory as well. So in theory, you could.
I didn't say in theory for this.
So-
This is
so-
rather well known. Men more powerful and better equipped than you have tried, and they're not around anymore.
Okay. So here's
Destroy-
another.
That thing. It may not have been gifted by those outside of our realm, but their essence was distilled down into it, and trying to destroy it'll just free it into the world.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
do
say.
not want that.
So
Okay,
Bartholomew,
so-
Bartholomew, remember a couple of years ago there was that really, really big prison fire at that prison that had all those maximum security inmates, and the building burned, and dozens of inmates got out and escaped into the world and were now free to do all the horrible things they wanted to again.
I recall something like that.
I will give you one thing that your organization knows. Someone did try to destroy a Jurgen Leitner before. And now the Pennsylvania coal fires are still burning.
Okay, Ostros, then I have a question for you. I'm not going to say in theory or what if. I want you to be completely honest with us right now. What exactly is stopping us from just leaving with the book and not giving it to you?
Nothing. And if I'm being as honest as you want, I'm fine with that. Allow me to come with you. I'll follow I don't even want the book. Once she knows you have it, she won't be after me anyways. And then I
Okay.
don't need it. But
So,
I want to be out of these woods, away from this shack, and away from where she operates. I need to know that I'm no longer the target.
okay. So, here's my question to you. Here's a follow-up question. You're asking us to give you a safe escort out of here.
Sure. Well,
Enough of a safe escort to know that you're not being targeted.
let me be more clear here. I haven't been able to leave this place since Dunn died. Whether you give
Okay.
it to me or not, I'm leaving.
Okay.
If you give it to me, I'm leaving with the book. If you give it to me, I'm following you because you have it. And when
Okay.
she kills you, I can pick it up.
All right. So you're saying basically this book is a big death sentence to anyone that has it. All right. So
Nah, only to
Simon,
those who don't know how to use it.
Simon,
Yes.
do you know anything about these books as to can somebody use what's in it without having the book?
No, darling. The issue is, uh, so the book has its own power. The reading things out of said book allow you to do mysterious things. The archive has a general rule that if you find
Hold on, his headphones just died.
Hello?
Yep,
It's hello.
we
We
hear
can
you.
we can
I
still.
can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay,
I
so
think they died.
let me back up a hair. So the issue is the books. If excuse me, let me back up. Reading, like the act of reading, is what gives the book their power.
Okay.
The
So
books themselves are like a magical tome.
you need
If
the
you
book
would.
in your possession in order for it to work, is what you're saying.
Yes, and the
Okay.
archive has a very, very strict rule that if you ever find a book that says Jorgen Leitner on it, to bring it to the archive immediately so we can throw it down a well and forget about it.
Okay.
Essentially.
All right.
Well,
So,
My,
sorry, go ahead.
well, I was just no. You finish your train of thought.
It's already left the station. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask the old man, what is it exactly that you do with or without this book?
prior to being in a hole in the ground,
Hmm.
Interesting question. What? Hmm.
cobbler, tailor. Yeah.
Hey, does anyone have any stress points?
Yeah, I think we all have some points. I don't think we have a level
Yes.
of stress yet, if I recall correctly.
I have one.
Because while we're doing this, we can listen to some strange music as one of my ciphers.
I'm
Mm,
I'm what you would call
It
a
reduces it by
sorcerer.
one.
I'm what you would call a sorcerer. I have no part in society, and I don't need to because the world around me provides. And I would say he his eyes he narrows his eyes for a moment and stops. He turns to look at you, uh, Ace. Wait. No. You didn't. Are those my charms that you're
Yeah,
wearing
quite
around
nice.
your
Quite
neck?
nice.
did he?
You idiot.
Did he? He really did. This is why we don't leave the shooters upstairs alone.
Hey, I didn't do it.
You hear
didn't.
you hear a loud creak of weight on old wood coming from down the tunnel.
So, quick question. Worst case scenario, what happens if she gets the book? Because that's what she's after, right? She wants the book.
Then nothing
That's
can
actually a
stop
good
her.
question. What does she want? What is her end goal?
Resculpt reality, general eldritch horror shit.
No, nothing so
She's like a Cenobite.
elaborate.
She's a Cenobite. She just enjoys suffering.
Yes, unfortunately. She's been around a long, long time. I don't know exactly how long. But
She's a cougar.
it's believed that she pledged herself to the flesh during World War II.
Hmm.
She fought the Nazis and the Soviets.
Oh, well, hang on a second here.
Not as a military member.
Okay.
And they did not fare very well against her.
All right.
She enjoys the suffering she causes, and now she's here. And and you brought her here.
Right.
And you let her get in by taking down my safeguards, and you're going to help me get out.
Okay, so now what I'm hearing though is we may have misjudged, right? Is perhaps not the enemy of my enemy my friend? Perhaps my accomplice? She enjoys suffering, right? There are people who absolutely deserve to suffer. So maybe she just needs direction.
I have been asked a question in the text. The photo that you took of him looks fairly normal. He looks to be... it's a little bit grainy. He's a guy.
Okay.
He's 8-bit. He's pixelated.
There's nothing innately odd about him or eldritch, but he's got something going on.
He's a sorcerer.
He stands up. I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell you this very slowly and quietly, only because he is already on her way.
Right. Say it quickly.
This is no matter an enemy of my enemy is my friend. We're trapped, and she's coming. We either get out of here, or we don't. Give that to me, or fight her yourself.
Okay, so
Give a damn. I've already
Is
cast my
she
vote.
coming in the only way that we can go out?
Yes.
Why did you
Give him
do
the
that?
book.
Why did you do that? Why did you build a place with only one? I just went to an ice cream place that only had one entrance. Literally, it took an hour to get in and an hour to get out. But you had to go in and then fight your way. That's not good planning. Give him the book.
yeah, give him the book.
I'm
What's
still
the worst that
holding and
happens? We
stalling.
die.
Let me know when she hits the when we can see her, when she's right there.
Give him the book. It has
You know
10
what?
minutes worth of duct tape on it.
You know
All
what?
right.
Fuck
the
it.
whole point.
Is she? Did we hear the creaking in the tunnel, or is it still upstairs?
Is she? Yeah, let me know when she's right there.
Because if it's upstairs, I'll just go back to the bottom of the fucking tunnel and just like stand there and look up.
You heard the creaking
Hmm.
from upstairs. You have been down here talking to him since then for another 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ace, give him the book.
Is she coming down here?
Yes.
She's coming down. Now
give
give
him
her
the
the
book.
All he can do with this is undo what she
Okay,
does.
That's it. Bartholomew reaches over, grabs, takes a firm grip on it, and takes a tug at it as hard
And
as
I'm
he
still
can.
holding on.
Can I roll a strength
He's
check?
not gonna fight her. He just wants it to undo what she does. He said that we can destroy her.
If we have to fight her, it might
Unit.
be useful for him to be able to undo anything she does to us.
Hey, Simon.
Unit.
Hey, Simon, while they're bickering, let's head down the tunnel. And if she comes down the tunnel, you can literally just fucking talk her. You just talk, and she'll. Well, you do what you did to the badger.
It's better than nothing. All right, I'm going down the tunnel.
All right.
Yeah.
While we're fighting unit, would it be? Do I need to do any
control
kind of roll to try to get the book out of
Wait.
Ace's hand?
Wait,
Well,
no,
hold
I
on,
have this. I got this.
Hold. The struggle comes first.
It always
I'm
does.
gonna need a roll from Bartholomew to tug this duct tape ball out of his hands, out of
Okay.
Ace's hands. Ace, are you going to roll against this, or do you want me to set a DC?
You know what? With my shit rolls, I think I'm better luck if you set a DC.
Bart.
And is this a might check?
This is going to be might. That does not mean you add might, but you can use it to make it easier.
Yeah. I have might of 14. I have an edge of 1 and a pool of 14. Where do I draw from to make it easier?
You draw it from the pool. Because you have an edge of 1, it costs 2 points per level rather than 3.
Okay. Could I use 6 points of might?
You're only going to be able to reduce it by 2, so no, you can use 4.
All right, then I'll use 4. Oh, I keep. It won't show that. God damn it.
What is it?
Here, I'll take a picture for you, and I don't want to.
Was that a natural?
No, 19.
19?
Yep.
So, Bartholomew, you're arguing. You get a grip on this duct taped book. You manage to dig your hands into the duct tape and like slip it inside of crevices and get a good hold and yank it out of Ace's hands.
Okay. So now that I have it in my hand, I look at the old man.
Hold.
Sorry.
You do that. Simon and Belmont, you said you were going down the tunnel?
Yeah.
Correct.
Bucket.
Stall team.
You notice flashlight?
Oh yeah,
n-
yeah. We both got
Well,
flashlights.
at this point I will turn the flashlight off and I'll recommend you turn it off and I'll use the it'll cost me an intellect point, but I'll use the essentially dark vision.
Okay.
Okay, if that's the case, I have my hand on your shoulder.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to I'm gonna start listening to strange music
Cool.
so I can reduce my stress by 1. That
The
is one of my ciphers.
your stress just doesn't go down. Your stress doesn't go down, it just doesn't go up.
It was
Because you
listening to
guys
this music reduces my stress by 1.
you turn
Oh, okay.
you turn off that flashlight and you walk back down to that chamber and you notice something that sets your hair on edge.
Mm-hmm.
That's not from not from here.
That shaft that you came down,
Mhm.
you left the door open and
Mhm.
there's no light streaming down.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear something. It sounds like bone on wood one moment and then wet meat the next.
Don't like that.
Simon, it might be my axe.
Hey, buddy.
That-
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
You need to go back to therapy.
Oh yeah, no, I'm scheduled for Thursday. Hopefully I can make that appointment.
I
Sorry.
don't think we're making that appointment, my guy. Also, if you keep seeing your ex out here in the open like this, we're just gonna name the show Your Ex.
Wait, I got it.
Giving her the X.
The X-Files.
Oh God, yes, absolutely, my
I'm
guy.
sorry, but that was good. That was good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You did it. We won the game.
I think so. We can go die now. Yeah.
Congratulations. Eva, I'm done. That's it. That's all I wanted to do.
Is this in character?
No.
Please tell me.
No,
Maybe.
100% we said the X-Files thing in character.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Out of game, I said we're done, I quit.
All right. So, Belmont.
Fuck, that was good.
Belmont.
I
How
die.
close
Rocks
are you to
fall.
the
I die.
shaft?
Yes.
Since you're in front,
Mm-hmm.
how close are you to the shaft?
I'm probably thinking I want to be like close enough to be able to see, but not close enough that like something that's right there
You're
could
using
just.
you're using that ability. There is no sea. You're in
Oh, that's
darkness,
true.
remember?
That's true. Uh,
This was
well
a
then,
bad idea.
Ceres, I'm coming to you in a moment.
yeah, let's almost assume I know how many. We're gonna. Well, I am obsessive. That's in my sentence. So I think whether it's unconscious or conscious, I count steps. So because we got to the bottom of the shaft and then walked down a tunnel into the cavern, I knew roughly how many steps it was. So maybe it was 93 steps. So I'm like,
So
okay,
how-
I'm gonna take 60 steps back, or like 60, 70.
So you have this conversation as you're that far away.
Mhm.
You hear the wet slap getting closer.
Oh, there she is. Okay.
And then it slides, and it's very quick. And I need you to roll me a d20.
Yeah. As it happens, I feel it on me.
Not yet.
Okay. Uh, as he's doing this, I'm gonna start to use enthrall.
Let's see.
And I'm gonna just start talking.
Oh. Oh, that's a nice flat 11.
We're gonna do this first, and then we'll do the enthrall after.
Not a problem.
So if I'm
Mostly
feeling
because
something,
you can't see what's happening. You don't have that ability.
if I'm
No.
able,
Yeah.
right as I feel something, if I feel something, I'm gonna immediately be like, things might get bad for like things might be right about to get bad right now because of.
Not quite that dramatic. However, um, you feel something brush against your cheek,
Is it?
and
It's my ex.
hmm,
Huh? That's how my
you
ex got me.
you are no longer able to breathe through your nose.
Weirdly, that makes it a little bit better. Did it? I'm gonna check. Did it close off?
Oh no, you got the Voldemort treatment.
Yeah, like my nose closed off, like physically.
You like you don't have a nose.
Oh, it's gone, gone.
The
Oh,
Voldemort treatment.
oh,
Yeah,
excellent. Yeah,
yeah,
Harry
yeah.
Potter.
I go to touch it and there's nothing, and I'm like, oh, yep, no, not good, not good.
You hear a voice that sounds. It sounds like if an Aztec death whistle had a voice.
Oh,
Mm,
hate that.
that's. Oh yeah, this is just taking me right back to my honeymoon.
Some little toys down in a toy box in the ground. Are you going to get in my way? Or are you going to let me at that old man?
You know, it's funny you say that. I love toys. Toys are so much fun. Oh man. I remember this toy that I had. It was great. It was this little ball. It was this little ball of yarn, and I would sit there and I'd unravel it over and over again. And then every single time I'd get to the very end of it, I just had another ball of yarn. It was great. Every single time. You know how you do like that thing with the rubber bands? You ever have a rubber band? I know what you rubber bands, right? They're all over the fucking place. You put a whole
Tony,
bunch of rubber bands together. What's up?
Tony, Belmont. I'm sorry.
Mm,
I did forget to add a detail. While this enthrall is now happening, that is when you notice that disfigurement that has happened.
mm,
Take 3 points of stress.
yeah.
Ooh.
And right, like the second before he starts, I'm like, oh, Simon, she played Got Your Nose, but like in the really, really bad way.
I mean, everyone's got everyone's nose. Am I right? When with the baby thing, and every single time you go around, you sit there and you take the nose from the baby, and the baby's like, "Oh my God, I don't know what the hell's going on," even though he actually does have a nose. It's real funny. You know what a baby is, right? No. Speaking of which, don't make me into a baby. I am way too old for that. It will look weird. Don't do that to me. Also, if you could, I could really. You're like the changer of things, right? Changing things. Yeah, that's totally fine. If you could like get rid of some of my wrinkles or something like that, that'd be great.
Oh,
Also,
I'd
totally.
love to. Just give me here, step closer. I can help you out.
Oh no
One
no no
pause,
no no
pause,
no.
pause,
Oh,
pause. Ceres
Circe.
or Circe,
Yes.
you are still back in the room with Ace and
Uh-huh.
Bartholomew, and you had mentioned you wanted to do something. Although the situation has changed, what would you like to do?
The
I think-
situation did change, so I don't need to do the thing that I was gonna try to do. Um, so, let me see here. I have.
For the record, all four of you. All four of you. By four, I mean including Ostros. Hear the rising panic floating down the tunnel from Simon.
Get the book out of the tape. Get the book out of the tape right now. Ace,
I don't know.
you
Did
and
he
me,
get it from me?
we need to. we
Yeah,
need
no,
to prepare.
Bartholomew has it.
Yeah, I just wrenched it from Ace's hands. And I'm gonna take the pocket knife I so conveniently have, and I'm gonna start just tearing at it, pulling it apart, just tearing at this duct tape as fast and hard as I can. You like the panic in my emotions noticeably rising, growing more desperate.
Ace, now's the time to show me how good you are with that firearm of yours. And Bartholomew, could I borrow your pistol while you're doing that? I'll give it
Please
back
don't
as soon as
touch
you're
my
done.
face.
He's going like this, just he's like, yeah, right here. He kind of juts out his right hand. Goes, here, just grab it, just go.
Takes it. She like checks it. Like,
Make sure the safety's off first.
yep.
I'm up there panicking, and I'm like, I actually do have these two really questionable moles on my back. If you could get rid of those, that'd be spectacular. I would like my nose back. Honestly, it's mostly cartilage anyway. I can get by without it. It's okay. Wait, Eva, are you talking?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm listening.
I'm talking.
Cersei's waiting. She's standing by the front of the tunnel.
And as Bartholomew's going, he goes, stance your feet out a little more.
I know how to shoot a firearm. Thank you very much.
Then
My
stance
mother taught me.
properly.
My mother taught me. He would
and
know. And she points at Ace.
Keep in mind, I am consistently getting more and more panicked. I don't think I can move.
No, we decided that you can move during.
Oh, that's
this.
right. I can move. The
Yes.
creature can't move.
No, the creature can do everything you can.
Mhm.
Right. So we're all backing up, and I'm trying to go as slow as I can as we're
Well-
like inching back.
So if you start backing up, I think,
I have my hand on your shoulder.
yeah, so I feel you start backing up and you're like essentially
I'm
tugging
trying to pull, yeah,
to
I'm
get
trying
me to
pull
back
you.
up. And I think Belmont is doing the dumbest thing he could possibly do and basically refusing if you tug him hard enough, he probably will. But he basically is like, if I stay right here, I'm in front of you. If she tries to reach past me again, I'm gonna move in the way so that she touches me and not you. And the longer we keep her up here, the longer it'll be before she gets down there to them, the longer they have.
So, hold on. I have to find this for you.
If you're gonna show us a picture of something gross,
Well,
It's my
there's
face.
nothing.
It's my face now.
No, not that.
I was supposed to say I wasn't prepared for actual pictures. I'm cool with
Is
imagining
it
it
Gary
in my head.
Huh?
Oh God.
Is it what?
I said, is it Gary Busey?
No, 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 no. Although, now that you mention it,
Is that what she looks like?
The sculptor is Gary Busey.
so I'll censor it for those who don't want to see it.
Oh, those teeth.
This is sort of the in the shadowy darkness of this tunnel, you make out this rough shape.
The Yucklol.
Yeah. Smash.
Baba Yaga.
Smash. Look. Smash.
Look, you can even have it from behind. She can grab with that hand on her back.
That's what I'm saying.
Like I said, if flesh, meat, and bone were clay.
I mean, okay, so there's a couple holes we can go in there, so like that's fine.
She can always make more.
And
Oh,
see,
oh,
and
I
she,
don't know about that.
I love the notion of Belmont being in this like absolute panic state and just resorting to therapy talk and being
So
like, look, hey, maybe, why are you so upset? Like, I understand.
I have to run something by you specifically, Simon.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Enthrall says they can't take any actions.
Correct.
I'm including major things like attacks, stuff, grapples, things like that.
The only thing it can do is defend itself.
This creature can injure you just by touching you. It doesn't have to make an attack.
Okay, if we're gonna get technical,
this is why I'm making this discussion. This is also a creature that is not necessarily meant to be killed.
If it comes to it, I will fall on the sword and I will roll to seduce.
Where you can, but the intent is that you get away, not that you kill it.
yes, but it is the thing that's currently blocking our path.
Well, you say that. Here's the next turn. So, the book has been freed. The book has been handed off to Ostros.
Okay.
The sculptor is in front of you, and you can't see, but you hear her sliding along the ground, sort of dragging her feet as she trods after you, and she reaches her hand farther and farther and farther.
Do I feel her reach?
So Belmont feels the damp, moist wafting off of this, and Simon, standing behind Belmont, feels a hand on his shoulder.
Ew.
Is it possible?
You just wait right here. I'll be right back. It's fine. You're not. I'm going to go and get what's mine, and then we can play after.
Let me be perfectly clear. I'm standing in front of her.
You are standing behind Belmont.
I am standing behind Belmont. Belmont has been saying for the past 5 minutes that if she does try to move towards me, he's going to try to get in the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how is that playing out?
As that arm goes past me, is there a possibility I could have moved?
You can.
To essentially deflect it.
So how would you go about doing that? Because she's not stepping around you; she's reaching around you. What is your?
Right.
And you already saw what happened when she touched your cheek. What's your intent here?
The intent is to not have her touch him, and if that means having her touch me,
you want the cheese touch? Okay.
And essentially, like as I'm doing, so like I guess if her arm is like going over my shoulder, I'm like moving sideways to like deflect the arm, or if it's going past me, like I'm
Okay.
literally using my body. And
All
and
right.
as
So you're
Mhm.
okay. So you'll like bump your head to the right and
No, yeah,
move
we can
her
talk.
arm off.
We can talk all we want. We can restrict
If
the
you
touching
want.
to requests only.
Oh,
Consent is key, and if you don't mind, I would prefer consent anytime you touch me. That'd be great. Also, consent is a really big thing nowadays. I don't know how old you are. It's a
I
really big thing now. You really need to get with the times. I mean,
old
maybe,
enough.
well, yeah,
Right,
some
And
people
yes, you know
might
what?
be old enough.
Consent is great. The men came once. They didn't give consent, but I gave mine. I consented to touch them. And I playthings don't have will.
See, there's a lot of things at work here. Like she's dealing with a
It's
lot of
fine.
she's dealing with a lot of
Have you ever seen Toy Story?
gender rage and problems. See, my favorite toy movie was Toys with Robin Williams. She's dealing with generational issues and with gender issues,
Yeah.
and like, let's be honest here, she is perfectly in her rights to be absolutely enraged and infuriated. Ma'am,
Why would
you are
I be mad?
absolutely in your right.
I'm not angry.
This is terrifying. Then
This is just the way the world is. This is what happens.
no move.
So you bumped her arm, yeah?
Mhm, mhm.
Mm.
He's very important. He's
The
very
first time
important,
I
man.
the first
He's
time I gave you stress. This time I
mhm,
need to give you a serious injury.
mhm. He's a nobody. He's nobody. I am extremely important. Him, he's just nobody. Right?
You're not important, not yet,
Right?
but I
Whatever
can
your name
make
is.
you a work of art. And she she
Ooh.
presses her arm against you as you do that,
Mhm.
and
Ooh.
um
Bubby.
what you're going to feel is
It's gonna stop.
your nose was gone before. Now you don't have ankles. Or rather, you do, but they have the consistency of a water balloon.
Oh, arthritis.
And so she, like, she, this is considered a serious injury.
Mm.
You, with your, like, this is support, gone in a moment.
Mhm.
You, if you take another step, you're going to find that you have no structural support and you're just going to end up on the ground.
So honestly, if it comes to it, I will drop and crawl. That'll be my go-to if I need to move. And I know I'll be moving at probably half speed, but
Oh, you're crawling. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And she's just going to all you see is the gleam of too many teeth as she grins from too many places at once.
Yeah.
And yeah, you good there, Dev?
I'm fine.
Right. I'll let you know whoever you are
And
behind me. I don't even
I
remember your name. If it comes to it and you gotta go, just go. Don't try to
I
just go.
you can we can play a game.
Mm-hmm.
You
Okay.
two can go climb up that ladder.
I don't know how well I'm gonna
And
climb, but okay.
we'll play hide and seek.
Hide and seek. Fantastic.
You hide, and I'll hunt.
That's called hide and hunt. That's a variation.
That's a completely different game.
Yeah.
And speaking of games, I love games. Why don't we play a different game? Different games are all the rage nowadays. Speaking of which, I am also talking the entire time over him, over whatever. Uh,
You know what's a great
so
game? 20 questions. You know what's an even better game? 400 questions.
400 questions. I like 400 questions.
Oh, I
So,
love questions. I have one for you.
Mm,
oh, see, that's not how this works. See,
How
I
attached are you
asked
to your
you.
skin?
See, apparently I,
Mostly. I have
almost
some.
all the way.
There's a
Uh,
correct answer, and it's a lot less than you think.
Well, that's fantastic and everything. Guys, where the hell is that backup?
And we
And,
shift scenes. Ostros has
help
Ostra-
us.
Ostros has the book in his hands. This has all happened over the course of the amount of time it would take for you to get down the tunnel. So back in the other chamber, Ostros has the Bone Turner's tail. He opens it, flips through it. Good. Good, yes.
Well, old
Shall
man,
we? Shall we get out of here?
sooner rather than later, yes.
Good.
How do you propose that we do that?
Well, we'll have to get past her.
Is there any
If you
chance
have,
that I could
you
hear
have a
that?
cup. You have no, because it's not.
Oh,
They're still in the other chamber. They're going to be making their way down. Here's
okay.
here's the plan. You two, over there, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. You have
Huh?
hefty-looking armaments on your person, and you, my interesting-looking lady, you look like the type to play around with things like this. He waggles the book in his hand. You won't be enough. But you could slow her down. And if we can get her to be slowed down enough, we might be able to get back up that shaft. There's a couple different ways we can do this. One of them is by leaving one of your friends behind for her to play with. Another is just to, well, fight her. You won't win, but
How fast is she?
very. But she doesn't have to be.
Faster than a human?
He doesn't have to be. You know there's a little thought experiment that was put out not very long ago. Immortal snail, immortal life. If they touch you, you die.
Mm.
Doesn't need to be fast. You'll catch up eventually.
Yes, but I mean for purposes of if we were to lure her into this
Yes.
chamber, could we run past her? Or is she faster than us?
Now there's an idea. Yes. Yes. I do think we could probably get around her. We could do that. Your friends seem to be having a bit of a problem though, and she does like playing with her toys.
Is there a way to trap her in here? At least temporarily?
No. Even if I let rocks fall on top of her, she'd just seep through the cracks.
Ugh.
Now, it may take her a little bit. For now, let's go. Yes, you seem to be needing something.
Yeah, so first option of leaving one of us behind ain't happening.
Mm.
So if we can get, I would prefer for us all to get out of here. So whatever we got to do to get, I'll even do, if I can get them out of here, because if y'all remember, Bartholomew is a bodyguard. He's here to make sure y'all are safe. So if he has to, he will do what he has to do to get you safe.
You want to get everyone out alive. I respect that.
Preferably.
Fine.
With minimal damage to them.
Here's
At least try.
this. If everyone gets out alive, and I have this, anything she does, I can undo. But this has to be with us. So, that being said, if you want to save everyone, we better get down that tunnel pretty quickly. Seems like one of your friends might have tried to stand in her way, and she doesn't like that.
Before
Do we want
that,
to go down the tunnel or do we want to try to lure her into this room and get around her?
So that was my next
Prefer-
question.
preferably-
How big? Sure, go ahead.
Preferably, we would like to be able to get her in here, but you're gonna need to communicate that with your friends, and it might not be a possibility anymore.
How big is the room we're in? Like size-wise? Like, are we kind of squished in, or is it more like we
There
have
was
some
enough-
room to move?
It was a little bit cramped. There was room to move. With the 4 of you in there now, you might be able to manage something. Ostros just sort of looks at the book and looks at all of you. We need to go.
I might not fully trust this old man, but you know what? Right now, he is probably the best shot we got.
Well,
Cersei's
no,
gonna
I
walk
don't
towards.
No, I don't use guns. You're the best shot. Actually, no. From what you've been saying, he's the best shot, and he points at Ace.
Hey!
Well, only one of you has shot someone by accident.
Yeah, but he wouldn't know that.
You
was
were
that just-
arguing about it in the tunnel the whole way. He could hear you.
Right. You've only brought it
Fair.
up at every turn.
All right, seriously, what were you gonna say?
Cersei is going to walk to the mouth of the tunnel from the room and just yell out, boys, we would like to make your acquaintance's acquaintance.
You-
I am currently in the process of talking about string cheese.
Ye-
As I feel my body like probably melt, but you know.
No,
it's
no,
fine.
not yet. Not yet.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. If that's the case, I'm gonna try to. Yeah, I'll allow it. And I wanna. Is there if there's a way to prepare an action to GTFO? I want to pick you up and get out. Like I'm gonna head for the tunnel and like the ladder.
Okay. The sculptor sees you fall and sees Simon like grab you under the armpits and like try and edge away towards there is a shaft of light coming down from that ladder so you can see it, and he's just going her head just tracks her eyes track you without her head moving. It's okay, they won't get far. I'll catch up and we can have some fun later. For now, there's a more important guest I need to entertain.
Didn't think that through.
She
I was also gonna use. I have uh librarian pupil level 5. I dramatically but temporarily inspire you to do a to do something a physical action up to 5 times a day. Uh because I'm a librarian pupil. So I'm going to inspire you to try to get up this fucking ladder. Yeah,
roll
right.
roll me. Simon, you don't need to roll because you're normal right now. This is a common thing. Belmont might. This is gonna be either. I'll allow I'll allow dexterity, but might based test to see you climbing this ladder. From might.
back up. Yeah, let's get that back up. Okay. Right.
Alternatively, I don't remember. I think you have some ciphers that might pertain to this.
When I reflect on excellence, I can add 1 to intellect or 2 to intellect, or I know where to look or who to ask for a significant piece of information. Do I have an ability? I have operate in the dark and follow the trail. Yep, nope, I'm all intelligence based. But you know what?
Okay.
You know what? That's okay. We're gonna go might. You said might or speed? It'll
Yep.
be might. All right. How's he gonna do getting up this way? He's been inspired. And roll. That is a 10. So I'm gonna have to put at least how many to reduce it by 1? 3?
If you don't
Is
have
your
an edge.
if
don't
you
have
don't have an
edge in
edge,
might.
then 3 per.
Yeah, I might as well burn it down to 6. Yeah. So that makes it a 12.
No, it doesn't make it a 12. It makes it.
Oh, that's right. It's still 10.
Yeah. It's still 10. Difficulty is reduced. And you're inspiring, which also reduces it, correct?
Yes.
This freaking it's the clip thingy, whatever this is on here. I keep forgetting this one little part on one side that's like poking out and it's like sharp.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
poking out every
So let's see. Yeah, I'll say that that's enough. With reducing it 3 times.
Mhm.
Do you have any assets that you'd like to throw in? Any items that might help? Things that you could like
Rip ass bod.
that's part of the might.
That's right. Let's see. In equipment, I have job bulk cutters, like multi-tool. Those are all equipment.
Oh, I'll give him my thumbless gloves.
Uh,
They're gloves, but they're thumbless because
they have
they're
no
cool.
thumbs. That's it.
No, wait. Okay, I'm going to offer this up. Explores in dark. You explore in dark places. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, so
What if
this
you're
would be.
one of your inexpensive items that you could pull out of your pockets? Would you happen to have climbing chalk?
Oh, absolutely.
I'll allow that as an asset.
That's good.
I don't know if this would be an inexpensive item. Might I have an adrenaline shot?
That is definitely not an inexpensive item.
Okay, dude, those things are like $300.
No, wait,
Yeah,
hold
that's
on.
right.
An adrenaline shot. No, wait,
That's
an
an EpiPen.
EpiPen.
It is. An adrenaline shot is not an expensive item, but a 5-hour energy is.
That's right.
Oh, fuck yeah.
No, it's an EpiPen.
Yeah, right.
The 5-hour energy will not help here, though. But the
No,
chalk
it'll-
will. And yes,
it'll help
with
if-
that, you've reduced it 4 times, and you'll be able to. It's a struggle. It is
Mhm.
a struggle and a half. But yeah, you can manage to with a few close calls and Simon climbing up under you. You make it up to the top of that that shaft. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Ostros pauses as he looks at Bartholomew, Ace, and Circe. Well, it seems like you may have gotten your wish. I don't hear your friends screaming anymore, and something's getting closer.
Okay, then what do you suggest we do?
Same thing as I already said. We're trying to get away from her, right?
Well,
Yes.
yeah.
Hug the wall.
Is it
I'm
lit
glad-
enough
I'm-
in there
Hug-
for us to see her?
There is a electric lantern. As you ask that, as you're trying to find that out, you're looking down the tunnel to see if you could see her, and you see stepping into the light this gnarled You know those anatomical statues that have like the muscle exposed and all that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Imagine if someone held one of those over a fire for a little bit and let all the plastic melt just enough that it still resembled a human, but only barely. You see that step into the light, and it as it's like crouched over, and as it comes out of the tunnel into the chamber, it straightens up and up and up until its head is brushing against the ceiling, and it still looks like it would have had more to go. Oh, there it is.
Does it have a lot of eyes?
Now that you're asking, yes.
All right. So is it coming into the room?
Yep, it is in the room.
Once it's clear of the door, because this is the most autistic thing I can think of, I'm going to pull out my personal bottle of Italian salad dressing, which is vinegar and oil. I'm going to aim for the largest mass of eyes and squeeze.
That's probably the most American British thing I have ever heard of.
I love that so much.
This bitch keeps a fucking
Also-
bottle of Italian seasoning because these
Nimue.
goddamn English bastards don't know how to cook.
Nimue, that is exactly what I had in my head. Thank you so much.
I don't know what it is, but I put in eye monster and that popped up, and I was like, "Yup."
Oh, that's from Bloodborne.
Okay, I don't know it.
The fact that you immediately knew that.
It's
welcome.
it's the only game that I know that has tried to do stuff like that.
You missed a good show 2 weeks ago then.
Oh, because you were playing it, yeah. Or that. There you go.
That was
Hello.
like a fucking
I see you.
Power Rangers villain.
I know, that's what I was thinking!
No, it's like this. It's like, I see you, and I don't mean the amount of eyes I have. I mean where you're going when I'm through with you. To the I
You're
see
going
you.
down! So you're gonna squirt this vinaigrette in its eyes, yeah? In one of
Yes.
its eyes, in many of its... In a number of eyes.
Yes.
An undetermined number of eyes.
And more than 0 eyes.
More than 0 eyes, a non-zero number.
Just a beautiful oil and vinegar with all of those wonderful
Wait, doesn't
spices,
Circe,
oregano.
does somebody have pepper spray?
I do. Wait, hold on. I think I do. Hold on. Let me look at my sheet. I
Ooh.
think I do.
How did you defeat the eldritch horrors? Mace.
I do. I do have pepper spray in my inventory.
And you
You know
made me
what?
use my Italian dressing.
Hold on.
It's
I
gonna be
pull.
so
hold on.
bland.
You know what? Fine, Ace. Here, I pull my own inexplicably bottle of Italian dressing and toss it to him with the pepper spray. Here, take mine.
Oh no! I love where this is
Feel?
going.
I have wing sauce too. I have the spicy cayenne pepper wing
Oh
sauce.
lord.
So
Just for another day.
absolutely. And Circe, what are you doing as they are seasoning the monster?
Wing sauce.
Um,
I cast A1.
how far into the room did they let her get?
With the first spritz, she stumbled in a little bit further, and there's room to get around her without necessarily touching her. With the second spritz, now she's just angry.
See, told you.
Okay.
You did, Ace?
Circe is going to try to cover what's the sorcerer's name? I'm so sorry.
Ostros.
Osteros.
Ostros. She's gonna try to cover Ostro. She's got the pistol in her hand, and she's doing the kind of like "stay behind me" thing, and just kind of
Okay.
trying to like scooch them out of her reach and towards the door.
Ostros is going to look at the three of you as you're doing this, and he's moving towards the entrance. Well, you're not completely incompetent. However, and he raises a hand, opens his mouth, and he is going to release a bit of sorcery.
A sorceress burp.
Not incorrect. Not inaccurate.
Yeehaw.
Sorry for my metaphilics.
I love the idea of like so many like fantasy settings try to make everything sound so fucking cool. I love the idea of doing a whole fantasy thing where everything has the goofiest fucking name possible. Like
So
what was that? An arcane fart.
this is possibly the most disgusting sorcery I've seen anyone describe. He chants in a language that Circe and Ace sounds like Enochian to you. And then he spits up black bile into his hand and throws it at the like flings it in an arc at the sculptor.
It's the eldritch version of bonobos. Huh.
Um
I didn't know. Turn it on.
Unfortunately, this is not a very accurate attack, and he's also kind of an asshole. Circe, Bartholomew, Ace, can you please roll me a speed-based defense roll?
I'm going to
Okay.
activate one of my ciphers before I roll. And it's going to be personal space. Level 5. For the next day, you have an assist to speed defense rolls.
Okay.
I also would like to use my cipher, Flee the Hunt.
Ooh.
If you are being chased, you get away. The pursuer eventually gives up based on circumstances. Pursuer may attempt to chase again under certain circumstances, at which point will resolve as determined. I may be a bodyguard, but I know when to abscond when I need to. What's that saying? Discretion is the better part of valor? I sort of tried to make Bart kind of semi all roundish. That way I could help people as needed, but also can get myself out if I need to. And I think this is one of those times. This is one of those times where I need to get myself out.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
I got a 15.
I got a 17.
All right, speed based.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 1.
I got
I
a
tripped.
rock.
So I heard a 1. I heard a. What were the results?
17.
15. But that's without my assist.
Anyone who got higher than a 12 takes 1 point of stress. If you rolled below that,
Yeah, this is.
take 3 points of stress, and you are now blind for the next 3 rounds.
So 3 points of stress. So
Oh,
I already
yeah.
had 1 point of stress, and that gives me 3. So now I have a level of stress. Correct?
Yes. Which I believe means that anything trained is now rolled normally, and anything not trained is now an inability.
Okay. So I am at stress level 1.
Fortunately, the sculptor is also blind for 3. And also took the 3 stress, which isn't really a thing for the monsters, but I'm going to make it a thing.
What kind of salad dressing was that?
Black
The
truffle, I
good-
believe.
The good stuff.
But
Oh, it's black garlic.
Ostros, after doing that, turns down the tunnel and starts moving. If you want to outrun her, now's the time.
Okay. Following.
So
So I
Oh,
I'm
started
just shoving,
blasting.
With that,
I'm shoving my my aiming talent buddy down the hallway as we go.
right, you technically are aiming challenge now.
And I have his gun. It's fine.
Hey, you can't see. How can you?
Wait, hold on. Hey, I can't see. Wait a minute. Let me get my shotgun out.
But that is true. You have you have a sawed off.
Yeah, but it's in my pocket, and the hammers aren't. But we need to pause for just one quick
Yes.
sec.
We're going to. This is a great time for us to take 5. As you got the next thing is going to be you guys just booking it.
Okay. Be right back. Sorry about that.
Hi. We were just talking about advancing.
And that was perfectly timed because I had to use the restroom. So
It's a
you
good
beat
time.
me to can we take a break by like 3 breaths.
So you 3 are now in the room with the sculptor while Osteros is retreating down the tunnel. What are you 3 doing?
Escape. I'm going after
Ooh.
Ostros.
Has
Yeah.
anyone watched
Running down the
Clipping?
hall.
No,
Sorry.
why?
Sorry, tangent. Don't worry about me.
So you're all trying to get down. You're going to make it all the way to the shaft, where by the time you get there, the other 2, Simon and Belmont, are just reaching the entrance. Not of the shaft, but like the exit of the shaft at the top.
Okay, I was gonna be like, what?
No, they're not that slow. But
Yeah.
you know him. Okay, Belmont might be halfway up now that I'm thinking about it. No ankles.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing pull-ups the entire time.
Yep.
Just keep reminding myself the higher I get, the worse it will be if I drop and hit the ground.
You hear from back in the second chamber the stumbling or the sound of something finally. It's starting to get closer, is what I'm saying. But it is stumbling a lot.
Anybody have anything that can cave in the tunnel?
Are we up at the top now?
Not yet. You are at the bottom of the shaft trying to, and Belmont is kind of blocking the way halfway up because no ankles climbing a ladder.
Someone poke him in the ass.
Hey, I'm trying to push him up.
Ostros, he is going to shove all of you aside and reach up into the shaft. Just like, get him back down here. And he like reaches up and grabs. He's gonna try and like climb up the ladder and grab the ankle of Belmont. Real firm grip. And your ankles feel okay again.
Oh, good. There we go. Oh, that's way less bad.
Now move.
And we're running up the ladder.
That's it. These are actually better than that. These are like how they were in high school.
Oh yeah, now you have digitigrade.
I
would
say,
like to make it a point that the second we get up, sorry, I don't want to cut anyone off, but the second we get up to where we're in the shack again, I'm immediately calling for a taxi.
I'm not stopping you.
So you're gonna wait for a taxi to show up? Okay, I'm joking.
We don't have another car.
I know. I know.
We'll meet them on the road somewhere.
Well, I give them the address.
Yeah.
But
You might not get all the way here.
You do have a 2-mile walk to get back to the farmhouse, so
I agree. So that takes about what? 15 minutes tops? So
2 miles?
It should
about 30.
ish. Yeah,
Sure.
well, give or
15-ish.
take.
Running 20
between
20-ish.
15 to 30 minutes. Let's say that, right?
Well, closer to 30 since it's in woods, not on a trail.
Right.
Rough terrain, the difficult terrain.
When I make my quip about my ankles being better than they were in high school, I have a simply nasally sounding voice because I don't have a nose still.
You still don't have a nose, that's true. Ostros is shooting up the shaft. Simon shooting up the shaft. Belmont shooting up the shaft. Ace, Bartholomew, Circe. Are you going after? Is one of you staying? Is one of you waiting because she is getting closer? You're almost certain she's going to come out of the entrance of that tunnel into the chamber any moment now. She may still be blind at this time, but there's not a whole lot of directions you could be in.
Am I still blind?
You are.
All right, so I'm...
Your blindness is going to end at the same time hers is.
Okay, so with me being blind, is everybody else able-bodied? Able-bodied enough. Sorry, Belmont.
Yes.
No, Belmont's well, he's missing a nose, but his ankle's been healed.
Okay, so what I'm thinking, I'm the only one hurt right now, so to say. Wouldn't it make sense for me to want to stay behind to try to slow her down so everyone who is able-bodied, because I remember, Bartholomew remembers Ostro saying, I can heal, like, help you get back to a relative state of stability. So Bartholomew is kind of banking his trust on this old man right now. Because he just saw that he was able to fix him, Belmont. So obviously he knows...
Shaft, he's not coming back down here to fix you.
I mean, either way,
you're in front of me, I'm going to be prodding your ass up the shaft while I grab another one of my autistic tools.
Is it flammable?
And baby powder the shit out of the tunnel right in front of me.
I also did give you the pepper spray.
She's still got to breathe.
I also did give you my pepper spray too.
Yeah, the pepper spray only made her mad, but now I am just horking it down this tunnel. It is a whiteout.
I love that
All right.
word.
So then, since while you're doing that, Bartholomew is making his way up the best that he can with, watery, blurry eyes. It's kind of everything. All he sees are fuzzy colors and shapes. So he's going up as fast as he can, and he can hear Ace, below, going, and he's just thinking to himself, maybe I gave him too hard of a time. Thinking in his head.
She's choking on this shit. I want to hear it.
Does the baby powder that you're using contain cornstarch?
No, it's talc and it's minty.
Okay. Is minty talc flammable?
So To be clear, Ace, are you staying down there then?
No. Just while they're taking so long to get up, I powdered the shit out of the hallway while I'm waiting
Okay.
on my turn for the ladder.
All right, and Bartholomew is
hauling ass up the ladder.
hauling ass up the ladder. All right,
Um,
Ace, yes, and Circe.
baby powder made with talc is not flammable, but pepper spray is because of the propellant in it.
Mm.
Yes, but the man that had the pepper spray is currently hauling ass up the ladder.
No, I
I
gave
also
it.
have pepper spray.
Do you have a
'Cause
lighter?
That's the question. Does anybody have a lighter?
I
Who
do.
smokes?
You're
Who
up the
smokes?
ladder.
That's the point. I want to drop the if they will let us. I want to drop it after everybody's up.
I would also allow a Bic lighter to be one of those 10
Okay,
inexpensives.
I'll
That's
pull
what
it
I'm
out,
saying.
toss it to her. Here.
Okay.
Is this one of those smile, you son of a boom moments?
She won't fucking try. She goes right up next to AC and him horking the talc down the thing.
He's
she's
jorking
gonna-
it.
Yep. How close is she at this point?
As you flick the lighter on, the light reflects off of her glistening flesh, which is within. Yeah. Like you light it up,
No.
and she's there.
Let's go. Not only is
better
it
look like a
fucking
powdered
pepper
donut.
spray, it is fucking flammable pepper spray.
Powdered donut. That's what I want. Just totally glazed.
Glazed and deep fried.
Glazed powdered donuts.
Uh-huh.
I'm getting horrified looks from the corner.
Turn her into a beignet.
Turn her into a beignet. That got me. That got me the middle finger. Anyways, go ahead and roll me. Roll an attack. We'll call it speed.
Roll an attack with pepper spray.
Yeah.
Pepper spray.
Not 20. Oh my
Pepper
god.
spray, more like pepper splash at this point.
I should allow for. Okay, so there's a little thing that happens in combat in this game, and not necessarily in combat, but in general. GM intrusions happen on low effects, on like 1s, 2s. You guys get additional effects, minor effects and major effects. Minors on 19, majors on 20. You don't get to double the damage, but you do get to add a little bit extra to it. A little extra oomph.
Okay.
Let me see if I could find the
Your pepper spray is not actually pepper spray. It's actually made from the ground up corpse of an eldritch being, so it is somehow chemically tuned to really actually hurt.
It's
So let's
hairspray.
see. Major effect 119. I'll give you an example, and I wanna leave it to you necessarily what ends up happening. So when you roll a natural 19, it's a success, and you also have a minor effect. Yes, I've been including this for some people. Yeah, Jedi is allowed to sit and listen. If you roll a natural 20 and it's a success, there are chances where it might not be. You'll also have a major effect. This is similar to a minor, similar to a minor effect, but the results are more remarkable. It means that something beneficial happens based on the circumstance. For example, when climbing up a cliff wall, you make the ascent twice as fast. In combat, it could be introducing a dramatic event, such as knocking down your foe, stunning them, taking an extra action. In this instance, I'm going to allow for this. You will you allow me to fuck with what your character actually did a little bit?
Sure.
The talc powder that has been horked down the hallway
Sorry about that. Mrs. was asking me a
is
dinner-related
not.
question.
It is not talc powder. Your autistic behind, Ace, packed wrong. It's flour.
Whoops.
Oh,
And
we're
flour.
all dead.
If
No,
we all
hold
remember,
on. And so Circe, you spray the mace and light the bick and hold it up against it, and then the entire tunnel back behind this thing turns into a wall of flame. A concussive blast goes off from it because flour, aerosolized, is not just flammable but explosive.
Mm-hmm.
And there was already a dead drop trap set up in that tunnel. Walls start to shudder. Ace and Circe get thrown back and slammed into the bottom of that shaft. And the entrance to that tunnel where the sculptor is cracks and crumbles and collapses.
Oh, I think they blew up the whole house. God,
You see as you start to clear the ringing from your ears, little bits of flesh and tendrils of
Up the ladder,
bone.
up the ladder, up the ladder.
Tendrils of bone reaching their way through the cracks in the stone and trying to get to you. It's time to leave.
Mm-hmm.
you think?
Yeah, we're getting out of there.
You make it up the ladder. You manage to make it to the farmhouse.
Question.
All six of you. Yes?
Bartholomew, do you have your shotgun?
I do. Am I still blind?
Is it?
No. By the time you get up the ladder, your sight has been cleared. In fact,
Okay.
your sight cleared just in time to go from the darkness of the shaft and the light filtering through to, why do I feel warm on my back?
All right. So as Circe asks, he takes it from his coat. He goes, "Yeah, what of it? What's up?"
When we get to the top of the stairs, shoot the steps. Pretty much to
There's-
try to like break the wooden steps. At least
His
some of them.
his eyes kind of light up. He goes, "I like the way this girl thinks."
What kind
He's
of
like, "You know
what
what?
kind of ammunition do you have for that?
12-gauge buck."
You know your gun well enough to understand that other than the top few steps, all it's going to do is pockmark them.
Let him humor her.
Okay.
He's
At
like,
least
"You know
a few, so it makes it a little harder for her.
Yeah,
to
go
get up the
ahead.
steps.
As
And
he's
Bartholomew was like, "You know
as he's
what?"
climbing up, he's shooting below him.
Well, he looks up at Circe. He goes, "You know what? Your idea." He kind of flips the shotgun over, grabs it by the barrel, goes, "Why don't you do it? I like the way this girl thinks. I like her." He knows it's not
Shoes.
going to do much, but again, with her wanting him to do something like, he's like, "You know what? Let her have fun."
Okay,
While they're
she'll
doing
hand your
that,
pistol back to you.
All right.
And yeah.
Did
While they're
anyone
doing that,
else
I'm
want to do that?
windmilling my arms, grabbing all of the charms. Like, KFC special! Just drop all the bones down the ladder.
Arthros is standing at the entrance. Those aren't gonna hurt it. The charms were an alarm system. It's how I knew you were here.
But we'll hear her coming. All right, let's go, old man.
Fair enough. Let's go. And
Boss.
so, buckshot goes off. You manage to knock the top two rungs. Are you waiting there to see what happens?
No.
Okay.
Oh hell no.
No, it
Good.
was just like shoot a couple steps, try to break at least a few, and get the fuck out to make it just a little bit harder. Like
All right.
put pile stuff over the top of it and leave.
Now here's my question, real quick. Circe, did you fire 1 or 2? It's
I
important.
guess
Possibly
how
for them.
damaging would each one be? Oh, game master.
You're gonna need 2 to break the top one. Buckshot's
Okay.
not great for destroying things,
All right.
unless
so-
it's at point blank.
And you're handing him the shotgun back, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. As
Was
they're
the-
running, he's kind of like, flipping it down, reaching his coat, putting it back, and he's like, both shots back, cool. Like making sure everything's ready, because who knows what the hell we're gonna run into.
Was
You
there
still
anything?
have the wait. Which position am I from you, Circe? On here.
Oh.
Like,
You be in
camera-wise.
front of me. Oh,
I'm
you are a
assuming you're
couple
both
over.
standing around the shaft.
So, do you still have my gun? The Bartholomew's
I
pistol?
handed it back to you as soon as you handed me the shotgun.
Okay. A little bit of trading there. Okay.
Was there anything in the cabin room that we could have dropped on top of the shaft to just be more inconvenient?
Not really.
Okay.
You could have gone outside, gotten a log, and put it on there, but there's nothing
Nope.
inside.
Get that door. Take it off the
Lock
Lock the
hinges.
door.
So, coming up on 12:30 now. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up with the epilogue.
Okay.
You guys managed to get back to the farmhouse. What you miss from behind you is you broke those top 2 rungs. Too bad she didn't need them. After you're already back at the farmhouse, far away from this place, an arm stretches from the bottom of the shaft to the top.
So she could have got us the entire time if she wanted.
Oh no. Yeah.
So she was just playing with us.
Oh, yeah.
No.
And
Oh no.
at the farmhouse, I have a question for you regarding how this is going to resolve. You were sent here to investigate this instance. You've pretty thoroughly worn that out. There is also the issue of the Lightner that Ostros now has. Are you going to let him keep that?
Yes,
will
but we're
say
turning him
no.
over. We're turning him over with the book.
So long
I-
as the book goes to the archive.
To quote a rather good movie. Are you under the impression that I'm going to, as you say, come quietly?
So I'm going to
Well-
say right now, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, before we were so rudely interrupted by her, I was going to not necessarily put out an offer, but just an idea that one such as yourself seems like you're interested in studying and experimenting with
You want me to
such
join
things
the
as this.
institute?
In a ways, maybe you could become one of our researchers.
I'll tell you what.
What?
I know exactly how I want to play this. He takes the book and holds it out. She knows you have this now, and I want to be nowhere near her. You take this, I'll make it very clear, through every channel I have, that it's with you, and we're done. I want nothing to do with the Institute. You get far too close to things that I'd rather have under a microscope than standing in front of me.
That is fair. And in those channels, you let her know that the Institute has it.
And
Don't
we'll be
worry.
waiting for her call.
Yeah, not us. Because
Yeah, the
this thing,
Institute, not us.
Oh, you'll see her again.
let me tell you something right now, old man. If this thing starts coming after any of us, I'm gonna have words with you.
His fault.
I look forward to it.
I feel like I left something back at that shack. Oh, yeah. Could you fix this?
Yeah, fine. He'll like
Face grab.
grab your face, like full on, like you're a cat, grab the face. You have a nose back. It's not necessarily your nose, but you have it.
Is it functional? Roll for sniff.
Oh no, it is functional. It may be a little bit more bulbous and lopsided than it once was.
Yeah.
It works.
He's a sorcerer, not an artist.
He's not a
Oh,
sculptor.
X will love that.
That's
And
Wow.
he's just going at that point, unless anyone has any more business with him, he'll leave the book with you and part ways.
Circe will give him one of her cards
He will
from the
take it
Institute.
and
Alright,
tuck
so-
it into his nightshirt, which he is still wearing.
So Bartholomew does, walk up to him, kind of begrudgingly, puts his hand out. He goes, thanks for saving us back there.
And
If
he'll reach out and take your hand and squeeze it, and oh god, he's got a lot more strength in them arms than should be there.
Let go.
Just
But
thank you for being an adequate meat shield.
listen, old man. Let me tell you something. If anything weird happens,
I'm something
hold of-
weird. I'm something weird that happens.
anything, not anyone. You're a person, not a thing.
we have not confirmed that.
All right, fine. As far as we know, he's not a thing. As far as what meets the eye, if that makes sense.
More important than that, leave me out of your report. And he's just going to let go of your hand and turn and start walking.
You heard him, Bartholomew. Leave him out of your reports.
Oh, you
Bartholomew.
asshole.
I mean, and he kind of looks over at Belmont and Simon. He just kind of winks because he did say my report.
You guys have succeeded at investigating the disappearance of Timothy Dunn. You've encountered the sculptor. You have the Bone Turner's tale, which you will be returning to the Institute with another of the Lighteners behind Lock and Teeth. Well, Lock and Key.
What do you mean Lock and Key?
I meant what I said.
It's like, no, I don't.
You're each going to get some rewards, which you're welcome to see how they play out or not, but they're mostly experience for advancements. You get your basic pay, you've escaped with the truth, and you have the Bone Turners. Yeah, this is your job.
So I have a question then. Does this mean, like, this is out of character, but does this mean there's other stories if we all wanted to play? We could do another story?
Better than that.
Because I've never played something like this before, and I want more.
Better than that.
Welcome to the addiction.
I have one more story we can play, and there's other ones I could get, or there's a system in here for you setting up your own scenarios for us to run.
I also did mention the idea
as a group collectively.
I also did mention the idea because I'm going to pitch this because I don't think Belmont and Simon were here for this. I'm used to being a forever DM. I have a module I have been wanting to run again.
Oh yeah, you mentioned this.
Turn of Fortune's Wheel. It's in the
Hold that thought.
Spelljammer.
Hold that thought. It's Planescape, but
so
I wanna explore that, but I wanna explore it after we end the session. If that's okay.
Right. My apologies.
The last thing that we're gonna do tonight, Simon,
Yes.
you've run into more hardship than most throughout the
to be-
course of throughout the course of these 2 sessions.
I will take it. Yeah, technically.
There ain't no technically about it. You did.
Take 6 experience for this
Ooh.
investigation.
Ooh.
Belmont, you had a harrowing experience
Oh,
down
yeah.
in
I've
the
got-
tunnels.
My therapist is going to be. We're in
Take-
business for a good long time.
Take 5 experience. Circe,
Hmm.
your time down in the tunnels was stressful. Take 4. You didn't face as much danger as most. Ace,
Yeah.
similarly, you did not face much danger, but when you did, you both stepped up to the plate. You as well will take 4.
Where do I put it?
4 experience. I'm not sure. It's on your sheet somewhere.
Here, hold on. I can actually show him. Hold on. I'll just take a
Yep.
screenshot. Here.
While you're doing it, Bart, you actually also got hit on a number of occasions, and you faced some hardship, and you fought.
Oh.
You were
And I
first
got a
up to the
kill.
plate. Yeah. Take 5.
Okie dokie.
Here's what
Are you
do.
sure? I
Yes.
felt like that'd be more like 4.
No,
I'd
because you killed the possum, and you offered to stay behind. I'm giving you that extra one because you tried to progress your personal character arc.
Because again, he's a bodyguard. He's trained to put himself in harm's way.
So there's multiple ways to get experience. There's doing the story. There's facing GM intrusions, things that I put in front of you, and surviving them. It doesn't matter if you succeed as long as you got through it. And the last one is character arcs. Goals that your character has set being accomplished. They are not arbitrary goals. It's not like, I want to hit 3 light switches. No, it's, I'm scared of the dark and I want to face that.
There's plenty more.
Thank you, wifey.
You pursued a personal goal and accomplished it. There is a person in your crew that you were on the outs with because of your mistake. And towards the end of that, he tried to help you escape instead of leaving you for dead.
I mean, I'm going to be honest too. A lot of what Bartholomew was doing was trying to do right with what happened with Ace.
Experience
Ace wasn't
point.
about to leave you down there blind. He'd probably get shot in the ass while he's trying to climb.
Okay, now. Okay.
And
That
knock it
was
down to
great.
4.
Here's
Hey,
the
I
way
have his
experience
pistol.
works. Here's the way that experience ends up working in this game. And I went over this a little bit, but you missed most of it because you were on the can. You don't have levels. You have a purchasable set of enhancements. 4 experience points per. You can add points to your stats. You can train yourself in skills. You can add additional abilities from your class. Or you can increase your edge. And you can increase your effort. Once you buy any 4 of those, 4 different ones, which you can see, there's a check mark right there on the sheet that you mentioned, the advancements. You go up a tier from tier 1 to tier 2 in everything.
So the tier box should have
1.
1.
Yes.
That's what my next question was.
The tier box is your level. You start at 1, you end at 6.
So basically, every 4 levels, we go up a tier. I'm just trying to understand it from a D&D perspective.
Yes, and so, kind of. Different from D&D, this is more like Apocalypse World. Those advancements, you spend your experience 4 per, You can buy any one of them in any order, but no more than once per tier. So you
Okay.
can train yourself in a single skill before going up to tier 2, increase your effort by 1 before going up to tier 2. You get to pick. You don't have to do that now. If you don't want to continue with this character, you don't have to do it right now.
Well,
Right now.
personally, I'm keeping this character sheet.
Oh
I
yeah, no,
like
this
game
is
a lot.
enough. I did too. I enjoyed running it, and I hope that all of you did.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Was the old lady that we talked to at the beginning the sculptor?
No.
Okay.
Actually,
Yeah.
originally no, but now that you say that, once you
Well, I
get
give
back
them
to the
ideas.
institute, you do some follow-up research and realize
No one lived there.
no one lived there.
Bum bum bum.
You will see about halfway through this episode, you'll see my face go. Because that was the moment I had the, wait a minute, was it the old lady?
I will say, I'm going to say yes because it's absolutely fantastic from a story perspective. This says no.
Well, you know
Awesome.
what? You see, books like that, they're more like guidelines.
Guidelines.
No, you're
Mhm.
absolutely right. This entire game is more of a guideline. With that, we're going to bring our session to an end.